Purrever, why are you doing this? Twinkles asked in dismay. You saw the demon change the Bible same as I did. She still recalled the scene vividly. She, Purrever, and Pookie had all watched in horror as the demon came into the room and changed the final Bible they had that still talked about the lion and the lamb. A chill went up Twinkles' spine as she recalled how she hadn't been able to move and neither had the others. They'd been forced to watch in shock and disbelief as the demon changed the Bible, and they could do nothing to stop it. Then the wolf had left the vicinity as quickly as he'd come. Twinkles, I lost everything for this book. Even if it changes, we have no other way to preach the gospel. Did you lose everything for that book, or for Christ? Twinkles asked, quite upset. You never lost your home the way I and all the others did. You couldn't possibly understand. You're right. I don't understand what losing my home is like. But what was it for? The book or for Jesus? Purrever looked down at his paws in frustration, not knowing how to respond. We can figure out something, Purrever. We always have before, said Twinkles in a gentler tone. You'll see. We're just cats, Twinkles, Purrever snapped at her. We can't do anything. The book is all we have. Is that actually the truth? Twinkles asked him. Surely we have the Lord too, and being cats never stood in our way before. Even though the communication with the humans has never been easy. If I tell everyone the Bible has been changed, they will either think I am crazy or leave the society of the thrown-out pets, Purrever stated upset. Everyone gave up so much and lost their homes. You lost nothing, Twinkles. Twinkles was taken aback by Purrever's harsh words. How could he say that, when he knew she'd still had her own personal trials to deal with? Sure, she'd never lost her home, but there was still plenty of spiritual warfare at the house. Twinkles' collar jingled, and Purrever pointed a paw at it. You may have dealt with spiritual warfare, Twinkles, but you still had a soft life. You've never had to hunt to survive or get in a trash can. You tend to make friends with all the food because there's already ready meals at your own home. That was true. Twinkles did have it easy. She never had to hunt. And she stopped Purrever from hunting some of her friends before as well, never stopping to think about how hungry he might be. But there had been days she invited him into her house and let him have some of her food, so what he said wasn't totally justified. A wolf watched the development in the distance. He seemed intrigued as the display continued. Purrever, actively verbally tearing apart his friend, was interesting. Perhaps he could use Purrever later. He moved in closer to listen in on the show. Purrever, listen, said Twinkles. Does any of what you went through justify hiding the Bible changes? Does it really justify lying when you know it's changed? Purrever turned to face her. We have to get the gospel message out to people. I don't care about the Bible changes. I only care about spreading the gospel. And if the gospel becomes tainted? Purrever looked at her. I'll cross that bridge when I get her, he stated. For now, it's best to tell others they're just misremembering. That is not in everyone's best interest, Purrever, said Twinkles. I think you know that when you're honest with yourself. Then leave, said Purrever. If you don't agree with what I'm doing, don't come back. I won't, said Twinkles as she turned and left the area. There had to be a better way than pretending like nothing was going on to do some ministry. There just had to be. As Twinkles walked away, Purrever watched as she left, with his head hung in shame. But he had to press on and give his ministry hope. After all, every pet in it aside from Twinkles had lost all their homes. Twinkles could never understand something like that in a million years.